Well, good morning. Hello. Welcome to the Twin Flame Tarot. My name is Tony, and this is the Twin Flame Daily Forecast for Friday, December 18th, 2020. However, anytime you are here is exactly when you are intended to be here because time is limitless. Hi. Hello, and welcome to my table. Welcome back to my returning subscribers. And hello, if you are new here. I could not be more excited for you to be joining me. So as I said, my name is Tony, and this is the Twin Flame Forecast. First, we're going to pull for our Divine Feminine. Next, we're going to pull for our Divine Masculine. And lastly, we'll pull a few cards for the collective Twin Flames. If you see a deck of cards you like, I will link them down below in the description. And when I refer to our Divine Feminine and our Divine Masculine, feminine and masculine do not refer to one specific gender because divine means holy. So, are y'all ready? I'm super ready. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, let's get our sage incense out. I feel good about it. We're not going to burn the house down today. Today is going to be the first time maybe ever. All right, let's get it going. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. And I'm going to clear, bless, protect, activate, and fully align all my chakras and energetic auric grid systems. Beautiful. Did y'all see that? Y'all see that? So far, so good. We're 30 seconds into this reading and no house fire. All right. Might be a new record. All right, headphone users, let's turn down the volume so that I can set the tone for this reading. Nice. And lastly, let's set our intentions for this reading by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We invite our angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, and source. Please join us. Please help us to understand and to interpret these messages as we receive them. Woo, there's some good juju on the table today. Got that Friday vibe going. You know, the Great Conjunction is on Monday, and I just want to let y'all know I will be doing a special reading for the Great Conjunction on Monday. Make sure y'all come back and see what this Age of Aquarius has in store for you twin flames. All right, but before we do that, let's see what's up ahead for this today and this weekend. So Divine Feminine, you are up. All right, Divine Feminine, first we are going to pull from the Power of Thoughts Oracle cards. Here we go. Headphone users, let's turn down that volume for the shuffle. Nice. Nice and clear. I like it. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine today? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine for this Friday, December 18th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine in whatever time, place, or space they are watching this reading? Thank you so much. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We just need one card, please. One card on the table for our Divine Feminine. What messages do you have for the Divine Feminine for this weekend? Thank you so much. All right, Divine Feminine. My healing is already in process. Ooh, I love this. My healing is already in process. It says, my willingness to forgive begins my healing process. My willingness to forgive begins my healing process. I allow the love from my own heart to wash through me, cleansing and healing every part of my body. I know I am worth healing. I know I am worth healing. And how does healing begin? Healing begins when we become willing to forgive. Now, who are you forgiving, though, is the question, Divine Feminine. Are you forgiving your Divine Masculine? Are you forgiving, parent, friend, coworker, child? Are you forgiving yourself? Let's find out. Who are we forgiving? Divine Feminine, we are going to pull from the Chrysalis Tarot. All right, headphone users, let's turn it down, the shuffle. Wow, that was really loud. These are some clear, crisp cards today. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine today? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine for this Friday, December 18th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine in whatever time, date, space, place they are watching this reading? Thank you so much. Wow. I mean, just like that. Yeah, healing. Four of spirals. Yeah, that is definitely healing. Four of wands. So, oh, hold on. Look what else you got. Lovers. Well, it looks like what you're trying to get healing is within your own home, okay? Healing within your own home, and possibly even healing this romantic relationship. Let me see if I can get that brightness down just a little bit. There we go. How's that? A little bit better? There we go. And okay, so it talks about, you know, healing begins when forgiveness is accepted. Well, it looks like the healing is within your own home. Possibly the forgiveness is for your lover, or your lover needs to forgive you so that there can be healing within your home. I also hear this is the home is the body, the vessel. So for some of you, this healing needs to begin with your own home, with, you know, the body that houses you know, your soul. And that healing is the amendment of yourself, you know, the healing of your own divine feeling, feminine and divine masculine, you know, the healing between yourself and your higher self. All right, let's see what we got at the bottom of the deck. This is interesting, divine. Oh, yeah, you want to heal that home a lot. Six of Pentacles, four stones, four Pentacles. Wow, look at all I mean, there's a lot of cups, a lot of Pentacles, the Watcher, the Queen of Cups, and lastly, the Emperor showing up. All right, so let's talk about the healing process has already begun. All right, so Divine Feminine, it feels like, you know, we've been talking a lot about self-mastery, and this is what I hear here. I hear that you've been working on yourself, you've been working on healing yourself, and it feels like today is a day for you to dive even deeper into that, a day to do some even deeper self-mastery, some healing for yourself, because it looks like you need to forgive yourself. The healing, the amendment of the soul and the ego and the body, the physical body, begins with forgiving yourself. Like we said, you know, this is Four of Wands showing up with the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Stones here, right? You know, I mean, how cool is that? You know, this is being very generous, very, the word I always hear is sharing, okay? But I also think of that as generosity. It's being very generous to yourself, right? It's being very generous to your own wants, to your own needs, to your own home. It could even be coming at it from a different point of view to your own health, okay? But whatever this is, there is some healing going on within yourself. And it feels like you're being very kind and thoughtful right now. It feels like you are really looking at the situation from a different perspective. It feels, okay, so you have this Four Stones followed by the Queen of Cups, okay? So it feels like, you know, before you knew the path you were supposed to be on, the path towards this healing, but it feels like you were stopping yourself. It felt like, you know, instead of opening up this treasure chest and following this path to it, to see what treasure lies beyond this path, you've just kind of been stopping yourself. You know, it feels like you've been putting yourself second, actually, is what I hear. It feels like you haven't really been focusing on your own needs, and it feels like maybe you've even been sick physically. I kind of feel like this feels like for some of you, you've been physically sick. Well, it's time to amend that. If it's time to, here's the Six of Stones, you know, the Six of Pentacles, again, charity, generosity, sharing, you know, sharing kindness for yourself, stopping yourself from, you know the path that you need to be on. You know what you should be doing, whether it's eating right, exercising more, resting more, meditating, calling up friends, connecting with your loved ones, whatever it is, whatever this path is that leads you to your own inner riches, you're aware of it, and it's time for you to get back on that path. Because look, here we got the Queen of Cups. She is all about, I mean, look, you've even got that moon, right? These are the things that you've been kind of kept hidden, you've been kind of ignoring. She's like, yeah, enough of that. It's time for you to answer your heart's, look at that heart, speaking of heart, look, all that green energy, all this green energy. Yeah, it's time for you to get heart focused, heart centered, and focus on healing yourself. Look, and then we got the Emperor again, talking about that heart energy. The Emperor is about, you know, structure and maintaining control. And so it feels like you've been trying to maintain control over your own healing process, and there's something within you that needs to be healed, but you're not healing. And you need to step out of the way and let your heart step forward to release that control and allow yourself to grow and thrive by allowing your heart to be in charge of this. Your heart wants to step forward and it wants to heal you from the root up. I mean, like literally, look at this. This is the tree of life, and your heart wants to be fully healed. Your soul wants to be fully healed. But you've been blocking a little bit of, I think you know what it is you need to be working on, and it's already even started. You're aware of this. You know the part of you that you've been trying to ignore that needs healing. Well, that's enough. Okay. It's time. I feel like actually what I hear is that you've been standing still. Okay. This tree, see the roots? Like you've been kind of stagnant. You've been kind of just standing still, like ignoring it. Like, okay, I'll get to it. But no forward momentum. Okay. I feel like there's been literally no forward momentum. Well, it's time to take that path, because the thing about life is that life is never stagnant. Life is always moving forward. The sun rises, the sun sets, the sun rises, the sun sets, day after day after day after day. Okay, you can stand still, but life doesn't wait for you, and that's what's happening. All right, life isn't waiting for you. In fact, it's tired of you standing still. Life is telling you to get in charge of your own healing. Okay, that's what this Emperor is here to remind you. You are in charge of healing yourself. It's time to look at these dark, shadowed parts of you that your heart is begging you. Literally, your heart is begging you. That's the queen of your heart right there, begging you to unlock this part of yourself that needs to be unlocked so that you can get more grounded and you can grow even further. I mean, this is about digging those roots deep, so that those branches can grow ever more higher, okay? So, Divine Feminine, the message I hear here is that you have been doing the healing, you've been doing the work, but it feels like you need to do a little deeper healing. It feels like there's some healing on your own body. There may be some current health issues that are coming up. If you continue to ignore what needs to be healed, it's going to continue to come up. And this could have something to do with maybe even a lover, ex-lover, current lover, or perhaps this is just about the amendment of the self, the self with the higher self, the amendment of, for a lot of us feminine, we kind of ignore our own divine masculine side because of, issues with the masculines in our lives, patriarchy, things like that, father wound, things like that. But there is something within you that needs healing. And I feel like it's definitely within you, okay? This is something within you that needs healing. And as the card at the very top says, and I love what it says, my willingness to forgive begins my healing process. So with Divine Feminine, what needs to be forgiven? What do you need to, or who or what, including yourself, needs to be forgiven so that you can heal and you can move forward? All right, Divine Feminine, that is your question and your message for this weekend. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Because now it is time for our Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine. We are going to start out with the Star Seed Oracle. Let me get a sip of tea really quick, though. All right, let's do this. Headphone users, let's turn down the volume for the shuffle. Do y'all hear how crisp the cards are today? I gotta tell you, I think I like this sage incense. It is working wonders. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine? What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine for this Friday, December 18th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine in whatever time, space, or place they are watching this reading? Thank you, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We just need, well, we're going to get, no, that's too many. Yeah, that's way too many. We just need one card, please. We need one card, one message, please, for our Divine Masculine. What messages do you have for, we're going to take that one, since it landed in the center of the table. All right, Divine Masculine, you pulled the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, soften to love, the Great Severing. So this is some Mars energy. So it sounds like, there's some anger on the table, possibly from a separation, okay? Because, when we talk about severing something, you are separating something. So Sounds like Divine Masculine, there's been a separation and you're a little bit angry about it. Let's read about this. It says that this is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. Find our way back to love. I love this. There are many things, I'm sorry, let's make this where you can see it. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and our soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. Because remember, you have a never-ending source of love that flows through you from your head to your toes, as above, so below, that you are the, rainbow bridge right in the middle that connects, okay? And that thing that it connects to is the love, from source, okay? And because you're human and you have all these experiences and that you go through in this life, these experiences can sometimes make it difficult for your heart and your soul to feel that connection to that source, okay, of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. Because remember, hurt people hurt people. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam. So when this card shows up, it can be for two reasons. First is for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. All right, Divine Masculine. So it's kind of like what I said to Divine Feminine. It looks like it's time for you to. There's something on your path to healing that you probably are aware of that you need to deal with. That every time it comes up, you're like, yeah, okay, go away. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to face it. I don't want to, or you're just completely have locked it up, thrown away the key, and just are ignoring it, right? Okay, because that's what we talked about over here with Divine Feminine. Same thing, okay? So it could be that these difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears are causing you pain and anxiety. Or secondly, this card is here to remind you that it's time for you to find your way back to love, okay? When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, right? And we let those painful experiences, they kind of confirm, to us the agony of separation in this human life. There's that original separation, that separation of us from source, or that separation of us from our higher self, that wisdom that allows us to see beyond this third dimension that we're living in, this earthly realm, right? That's the original separation, right? And these painful experiences that we go through as humans, this kind of confirms to us that life is about this just agony of being in separation. And so what you're being told, Divine Masculine, is to soften and to find your way back to love anyway, right? When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from the world and from others. So this card is telling you, come out of your cave, okay? Soften your heart. We're here to actually remember that it doesn't matter how old you are right now, okay? You could be 39, you could be 80, it doesn't matter. You could be 12, it doesn't matter. Whatever age you are still that same little person that you were when you were 3 and 2 and 1 and 6 months old, okay? That person just never left you, okay? You are still you. You that was you then is you now. It's just that you have grown and matured, okay? And you've got all these memories and life experiences now, okay? But that you, that little innocent you, is still there inside of you, and that you remembers that you came here to be loved. You are loved and you came here to be loved. And that's what we're trying to help you to remember, is that you need to soften up back to that point, that person that came here, that person that remembers who you are, that person that is here just to love, okay? So you're being asked, how are you cutting yourself off from love, Divine Masculine, and how can you soften towards people, places, situations, events that have caused you conflict, caused you pain? All right, how can you soften? All right, let's find out a little bit more about that. We are going to pull from the Santa Muerte Tarot for you, Divine Masculine. All right, headphone users, let's turn down that volume for the shuffle. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine today? What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine for this Friday, December 18th, 2020? What messages do we have for the Divine Masculine in whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading? Thank you so much, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. What messages do we have for our Divine Masculine? Whew, did y'all see that? It came jumping out. Wow, 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's definitely some conflict. I mean, look here. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict. 5 of Wands. You want to talk about conflict? That's what 5 of Wands is all about. That conflict. So yeah, you're definitely, there's some conflict on the table. I mean, look, you even got that red Mars energy, right? Conflict. Let's see what's at the bottom of, okay. 8 of Swords. 5 of Cups. Wow, okay. 4 Swords. I mean, hang on, I'm just curious. Jesus Christ. I'm glad I stopped. Well, I'm glad I stopped. That's what I'm going to say about that. I am glad that I stopped. All right, so Divine Masculine, you got some crazy ass messages. I ain't going to even lie. This is, okay, so are you feeling angry today, Divine Masculine? Take a breath. All right, let's just take a deep breath together, shall we? Now let's let it out. Okay, Divine Masculine. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, let's start with 8 of Swords, 5 of Cups. Okay. 8 of Swords is feeling kind of like entrapped or like self-victimization. But here's the thing. I feel like this anger that you're feeling, this conflicting energy, maybe even it has to do with a separation, okay? But if it has to do with a separation, whether it's a physical separation here on this earth or whether it's, you know, the separation that, you know, it could be even something that happened to you in your childhood. Hang on. I'm kind of thinking about this for a second. It could be something that happened to you in your childhood. The separation has left, or this anger, this conflicting energy you felt, has left you feeling kind of victimized. Something happened that you're angry about, a separation, whether it's recent or in your childhood or whenever, okay? At some point in your lifetime, there's something that is coming up, that keeps coming up. That is a separation that you feel like you're the victim of. You feel the victim here, okay? And you definitely don't feel that it was fair. You've got the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Swords here. So, hang on. And that's sitting over the 6 of Swords, okay? So before we hit this middle, let's talk about this. You feel kind of victimized, and this is something that you're ready to move away from, okay? There's some kind of separation that you're very angry and you feel very victimized, like this was very unfair to you, but you're aware of it. You've been in your head, okay? This is 4 Swords. This is something that you've been spending a lot of time just kind of going over, you know, when the 5 of Cups shows up, okay, this is loss. This is grief. This is something that you feel, it wasn't just a little hurt. This whatever this separation is that you're upset about, angry about, causing conflicting emotions about, this has cut you to the bone, okay? This is something that you not only feel, like you're the victim of, but this is something that has just caused you to feel just total sadness over. I mean, it's like, and it's something that that's hurt you time and time again. Again, this is 5 of Cups, okay? This is, it's interesting how they show it in this deck. Hey, let me look at this card for a second. So in the original Rider-Waite deck, it shows like 3 spilled cups and 2 that are still standing, okay? So it's like you spilled some cups, but you have some still standing. But it's like here, look, the cups are all in your head, okay? So this loss is something that it's kind of ingrained in you. It's kind of defined who you are, all right? Well, you're ready, and you've spent a lot of time just thinking about it. You've spent a lot of time in your head. Like this replaying, how did this happen to me? Like, I don't even understand why this happened to me. Like, but what I know is that I didn't do anything to deserve it, but it shaped me. It's really changed who I am. Like I said, you've been in your head. Well, you're ready to move past it. Okay? Six of Swords. You're ready to, I mean, see how this was turbulent waters and now they're sailing towards the distant shoreline, but it's calm waters and they're ready to leave it all behind. Okay? So here's the deal. Something that happened to you that caused a separation. I mean, this could be a relationship you're in. This could be your parents, a job, a friendship, some type of separation, okay? There's some kind of separation. There was a conflict that caused separation, all right? There was a conflict, it caused a separation, and you're pretty pissed off about it. And you feel you're the victim, and this has really reshaped your life. You've spent a lot of time. This has really changed your life, okay? Here's the deal. You've been avoiding it, okay? It's something that you haven't wanted to think about lately. It has been something that, I mean, it's just kind of on the periphery of everything, okay? Like if it was your parents, per se, that whatever their separation, you know, maybe your parents got divorced as a child and this shaped your life, okay? I know it shaped my life quite dramatically. That's always been on the periphery of my life because that relationship changed and shaped my life. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, let's say you're the victim of this, your parents' divorce, okay? You were the victim in it. You know, your parents were the ones who got divorced, but you're the one who got hurt, right? And it wasn't your fault. You got hurt, but it changed and shaped your life. And, you know, it's just been something that it's just been kind of like heavy. It's something that's really, you know, that you need to deal with. Well, you're ready to move past that. You're ready for that to stop defining you, is what I'm trying to say. You're ready for that separation, this conflict to stop defining you. You're tired of being the victim. You're ready to just move past that victim mentality. And that's what I hear. I hear that you're ready to move forward. I hear that you're ready to let go of this and stop letting this be the thing that defines you. It's interesting because over here on the Divine Feminine, we talked about healing begins with forgiveness, okay? And so I think that's the same message for you, Divine Masculine, is that the healing process has already begun, but in order for it to move forward and go further, you have to forgive. You have to forgive whatever it is that caused you to be the victim here, whatever it is that really hurt you and really shaped you. It's time for you to forgive and to let go and to move away from this conflict, okay, Divine Masculine? Because I think that you're tired of it. I think you're tired of letting this conflict define you and your personal circumstances right now, and you are just done. I'm ready to be done. I'm tired of being the person caught in your web. I'm tired of that defining me and my entire life. I'm done. I'm over. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to forgive you, and I'm ready to move forward. So that is what this is about. It's about you finding forgiveness in your heart and being heart-centered and not being ego-centered, and finding forgiveness so you can move forward. All right, Divine Masculine, I hope you found this helpful. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell to see when I get new content, because we're going to read now for the Twin Flames. Let me get a sip of my tea. Okie dokie, let's do this thing. Twin Flames. Up first, we are going to pull from the Moonology Oracle for you. Headphone users, let's turn down that volume for the shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What messages do you have for the Twin Flames today? What messages do you have for the Twin Flames for this Friday, December 18th, 2020? What messages do you have for the Twin Flames in whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading? All right, angels, thank you, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. We just need one card. Look at that, Sagittarius. Full moon in Sagittarius. I kind of love this because this is the last weekend. We are in Sagittarius season. And then, of course, as y'all know, on Monday, we move into Capricorn season. And we also are going to, which is the winter solstice and the Great Conjunction. Like I said, make sure y'all come back Monday for that special reading for the Great Conjunction. But one last weekend to enjoy this Sagittarius energy. I also want to tell you right now, through this weekend, Sagittarius is in Venus, which is big, big, big love, big fun, good time energy, okay? So it says, oh wow, I've heard this message so much this week. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Y'all, I literally open the book right to it. I love it when that happens. But here's the thing about this. I want to say before we go any further, when we're talking about looking at the bigger picture, like I said, the Great Conjunction is coming up on Monday, and that's what this is about. It's about looking at the big picture. All right, so let's talk about this. Sagittarius full moon. Look at that. I love me some Sagittarius energy. All right, are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutia can be counterproductive. Or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's a good thing to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and to look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought that you can have about it? Now is the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. So it says to take time out for a mini break or an adventure this weekend. So that is kind of your advice. Take advantage of the Sagittarius weekend of this season or this year, and this Sagittarius and Venus. Take time out for a little mini break or a little mini vacation or adventure this weekend, even if it's just to go somewhere new in your city that you've never seen and just drive around. Do what you can. I know where a lot of us are under break or lockdown, maybe get on Google Earth, maybe go for a walk around. If you have those cool virtual reality VR glasses, put those on and go for a walk on Google Earth. I mean, that could be fun. I mean, I'm just saying, it's Sagittarius. That's a Sagittarius thing to do right there. But it says that the other advice in this card, it says to be confident, to win the day, to have you shown that you care. Okay, the question is have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. And to find balance between speaking your mind and saying too much, because Sagittariuses are known for speaking our mind and maybe saying a bit too much sometimes, okay? It's about big ideas versus the details. So let me just go ahead and summarize what we're saying here. Interestingly enough, both sides, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, it's about healing a situation that you've been kind of ignoring, a situation that you probably are very aware that it needs to be healed, and the situation begins to be healed by forgiving first. But it's where healing begins with forgiving. And so to take a look at the big picture, it feels like maybe some of you are holding on to some kind of anger or some kind of conflict or not giving forgiveness to a situation because maybe you don't see the big picture. Maybe all you see is your feelings and your role in a situation. You haven't stepped back to look at the other's perspectives or to even hear their perspective. So many times we're just so sure that we're right that we don't even hold space and allow the other person to come forward and give us their perspective, their point of view. And that can be detrimental to our relationships and to our own journey, okay? So we're being told to look at the bigger picture and to make sure that we have all the facts in place. But also, I do feel like there is some healing. There's definitely some healing here on this table right now. And the healing probably begins by something that you're aware of that needs to be healed, that you've been kind of holding back. And that when you would, Sagittarius is about that bow and arrow. In fact, I even have that, I don't know if you can see my tattoo, but I have a bow in the shape of a heart and an arrow going through it with my kids' birthstones on it. And that's what the Sagittarius is about. It's about pulling back that arrow and getting as much tension as you can on it before you shoot forward. So in order to go forward, you have to get your aim straight, right? So how can you get your aim on the prize if you can't even look at the big picture to see what you're aiming at? Okay, so that's kind of the message. Let's get our eyes at the big picture. Let's take it off from this microscopic view and kind of telescope back and look at the bigger picture. All right, let's read one more oracle card for you, twins. We're going to pull from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Headphone users, let's turn it down for the shuffle. Hang on, my bracelet has gotten twisted. There we go. Angels, Ancestors, Guardians, Guides, Spirit, what messages do we have for our twin flames today? What messages do we have for twin flames for this Friday, December 18th, 2020? What messages do we have for twin flames at whatever time, date, space, or place They are watching this reading. Thank you so much, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We just need one card, please. One card for our twin flames. Thank you. All right, twin. Okay, you know, we were just talking about that Sagittarius and that bow and arrow, and I talked about, you know, you got to have that tension on the bow, pull back really tightly before you can release your arrow so it can shoot and fly straight, right? Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Embrace the energy of peace. What did we talk about? We talked about there needs to be some healing. There needs to be some forgiveness. There's a situation definitely over here that you feel the victim of, divine masculine, and you're not looking at the big picture. Divine feminine, you're not looking at your own big picture, that what needs healing within either your home life, your physical body, your physical relationship, or even yourself, you know, your own divine feminine, divine masculine, higher self relationship, ego self, whatever that is. There's definitely a bigger picture both of you need to look at, because right now you're both, it feels like you're both holding on to this myopic view, and you're really just looking at your own point of view, and you're not looking at the bigger picture. And because you can't see the bigger picture, you're not able to give forgiveness, and you're not able to embrace the energy of peace, because that's what forgiveness leads to. Forgiveness leads to peace, right? So let's look up that broken arrow. Here we go. Broken arrow. It says, let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. So let go of the need to defend yourself. It feels like, divine masculine, like I said, it feels like you feel very much like you are the victim in something that completely reshaped your entire life, and you're ready to move past that. But be willing, but even if you are willing to move past it, there is this conflicting energy, this angry energy. You're still pretty mad about it. Even if you're willing to move on, you're still pretty angry about it, right? And so the card here is asking you to let go of the need to defend yourself, okay? Be willing just to prepare to offer peace, all right? Same thing here, divine feminine. I'm not sure if this has to do with a situation in your own home or in your own relationship, or whether it has a situation just to do within your own physical home, your body, okay? And with yourself, okay? But I feel like you feel the need to defend the choices that you've made in the past. There's no reason to do that. There is no reason to defend the choices you made in the past. Just be willing to embrace the energy of peace and know that you are safe to do so, okay? It says, just as the arrow card symbolizes defense and protection, the broken arrow card symbolizes peace. In Native American traditions, a broken arrow would mean that the tribes were no longer fighting one another, but were making alliances. So when you see a broken arrow in a meditation, vision, dream, or a reading, it is a message that you are no longer need to fight, because peace has arrived. This is a powerful symbol of harmony, serenity, and community. So, twins, if you've been exposed to a situation that, you know, you felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, you need to know that that's coming now to an end. Okay, that's what this card's saying. So when this card shows up, it's telling you that you're being guided to know that the energies of light are entering, and they're going to help you wash away the darkness of the situation. All right, you can just drop these shields of protection because they're not necessary anymore. You are now in a situation that's going to honor you, and it's going to honor your needs. All right, arguments are ending. Disagreements are being resolved. I love that. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. I love that. Prepare to talk things through and to offer peace that you would like to enjoy. You know, give what you would like to receive. In other words, right? So if it's peace that you would like to receive, offer that peace that you can receive it, all right? In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it is important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by this situation. All right, you need to let go of the idea that you could be hurt by the people involved in the situation, because this is only going to work against you. Remember, the more that you expect somebody to hurt you, the more you're putting out that vibration that they're going to hurt you, the more you're going to attract that back to you. Expect safety, expect harmony, expect peace, and expect that that's going to come back to you, all right? Know that your angelic guides and your ancestors are standing around you, and they are protecting you and taking you lovingly forward. So it's time to look at the big picture. It's time to offer peace, and it's time to expect peace from others and from yourself. Okay, from others and from yourself. I do kind of feel like, I mean, if I'm reading these cards literally, which I try to, I do kind of feel like Divine Masculine, there's been a situation going on with you twins, and Divine Feminine has gotten really angry and upset at you, and you don't know why, and you feel kind of like the victim here. And this has led to some disharmony within your home and within, you know, this relationship, twins, because maybe something that you said, Divine Feminine, that started it. And Divine Masculine is not feeling like this is fair at all, and like you are accusing him of something that he didn't do, okay? And it's time for you to see that's not true, that you are not being very generous, very charitable, that you're Divine Feminine. If this is a story, okay, if this is your story, that you've accused him of something that's kept y'all from moving forward. You're blocking your own blessings in this case, okay? And it's time for you to look at the truth. Look at what's being, you know, what the actual truth is, and look at it from your heart space, and try not to hold on so tightly to your truth and your perspective that you can't see someone else's, okay? It's time to see this from a point of your heart, to look with the eyes of your heart, and to know that your treasure lies beyond your treasure lies beyond the anger that you're holding on to, okay? The only thing stopping you from moving forward, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, actually twins, is you. All right. So let's look at the big picture and embrace the energy of peace. All right. We got one more card before we close out for the day. We are going to read from the Standard Universal Rider-Waite Tarot. All right, headphone users, last time. Let's turn it down for the shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have? Wow. Okay, look, death just went ahead and jumped out, so we're just taking that. Death. All right. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what messages do we have for the twin flames today? What messages do we have for the twin flames for the Friday? This Friday, December 18th, 2020. What messages do we have for the twin flames, whatever time, date, space, or place they are watching this reading? Thank you. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We need 2 more cards, please. That's way too many. We need 2 more cards, please, on the table for our twin flames. What messages do you have for the twin flames? Yep. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about right there. Yep. Wow. Okay. I'm going to stop, but we could have kept going because those are some crazy. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. The cards at the bottom of the deck have been telling a crazy story today. There's a lot of energy on this table. By that, I mean, a lot of energy for each other and a lot of energy for the union. The union, even if you are not physically in contact with your person, that does not mean that the union doesn't exist. For those of you who really understand twin flames, you don't have to be in physical union for the union to exist. Your twin flame could be here on this earth in another place you've never met, or they could be in a different dimension. It doesn't mean that you incarnated on this earth with if you were so lucky to physically incarnate on this earth in the same timeline as your twin, then you're very lucky, okay? So the twins are in union, whether you've been together yet or not, you are, and here's why. Because honestly, twins, y'all pushing each other away. I mean, this is the same shit, different day, right? I mean, it's the story of the twin flame, the push, the pull, the dance, right? Okay, so here's how we read. Past, present, future. This card sits between the past and present. This sits between the present and the future. And the cards at the bottom of the deck are the clarifiers. So sitting in the past, we have death. All right, so in that setting, it's funny because death is Scorpio sitting right under full moon in Sagittarius. So look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. So it feels like in the past, you were not looking at the bigger picture. You were very determined to see your point of view and to your own detriment. It feels like whatever the situation is that's going on between you two, this push and pull, it feels like y'all are doing, neither one of you wanted to see the other point of view. And so honestly, it feels like that was the end of the relationship. It feels like for this right here, this anger, this conflict, this situation, you two are not together because you couldn't look at the bigger picture as a couple or as individuals. And so that led to the end of a situation, to the end of the relationship perhaps, or maybe even if you never met, the reason why you've never met is because you chose a path that didn't lead you. You didn't see your own bigger picture. You chose the wrong path, in other words. You weren't in alignment, is what I'm trying to say. You weren't in alignment. You were on the wrong path. And that kept you from meeting each other, okay? But what's cool about death is this is also a card of transformation. And so it feels like even if you missed each other in the past, or you caused something that caused an end to this relationship, there has been a definite transformation because of that choice. Whether the choice led to you never meeting, or the choice led to a separation, whatever it is, that choice has also caused a transformation in the twins individually. You know, you've both been working on self-mastery. You've both been working towards looking at the big picture for yourself, getting into alignment for yourself, getting into the path that you're supposed to be on, and then looking at the big picture for the relationships and the situations going forward that you want to be in. Because here we are, moving into the Three of Cups. Again, looking at the big picture. So this is you going from looking at only your point of view to seeing the bigger picture. This is you standing in harmony because you're able to hear other perspectives. This is you standing and holding space and not judging and just listening and getting to see the different perspectives and see what you didn't know, and growing and celebrating each other in that growth, okay? Because this is the present. This is, like I said, twins, yeah, the union is definitely happening. There is union. There is definitely union. Whether you are in physical proximity to each other, it doesn't matter. You are in union. You could be working your way towards each other. You could be that the best thing for you in this lifetime is that, yes, you know who your twin is, and no, you cannot be in physical proximity, because in this lifetime, you're just not going to work that way. So you're each doing the own work. You're each doing your own work, and you're healing yourselves independently. And maybe in another lifetime, you'll come back together. Maybe you won't, but right now you're not. Regardless, you are in union. The union is for sure. I mean, for sure, twins. Y'all are in union, and you're able to see the bigger picture, and you're able to finally start healing, and finally, because you can see the bigger picture, you can see the perspective of the other person. Because of that, look here, you are now becoming the broken arrow. This is beautiful. This is peace. This is embracing peace, embracing the perspective of each other and a greater world view, a bigger picture. You're able to look at that bigger picture. You're able to offer peace. And I love this. I love this because, see, the more you embrace the bigger picture and the more you embrace the energy of peace and offer it to each other and come at, because this is gorgeous, sitting in the present. I mean, look at the bigger picture, embrace peace. Now. The more you're able to do that, the stronger the healing will be for both of you. Look there, Nine of freaking Cups, self-satisfaction, stability, luxury. That's always the word I use for Nine of Cups, luxury. This is you getting your wishes. This is you getting what you want. This is you. I mean, here's the interesting thing about the Nine of Cups I do want to point out. You know, the Ten of Cups is our twin flames card. So that's because you have two people standing under a rainbow with the Ten of Cups, right? Notice in the Nine of Cups, he's sitting there by himself, and he has got his, arms crossed, and he is feeling very smug and self-satisfied. That's because he did it himself. He's by himself. This is, though this is teamwork and collaboration and harmony at home and celebration, this is also you did it yourself. And what did you do? You looked at the bigger picture, and you chose to be the bigger person and embrace peace. You chose not to choose the conflict, not to choose self-victimization, not to choose being angry and holding on to forgiveness that's not necessary. You chose to embrace peace. You chose to be the bigger person. And look at you. You did it. You did it. You did it. You didn't need anybody else's help. You did it. The other thing to point out here is this is a 9, so this is the end of a cycle. So it could be that the more that you look at the bigger picture now, the more you embrace the inner peace and peace in general, in a whole, when you arrive here and you get to this point of of, yeah, look what I did. This is self-mastery. This is me getting everything I want on my own terms, and everybody being happy with these terms. 9. Now we can, that's the end of the cycle. Maybe then, if you're not already in union, you will be. Physical union, I should say, proximity to each other. Because now you've got this self-mastery. And when you both are at self-mastery, guess what happens? Ding! Let's talk about what's at the bottom of the deck. What did you get? Oh no, it was a 6 of Swords. Okay, I just want to show you. You got the 8 of Cups here. The 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords aren't that much different. It's about leaving something behind, moving ahead, moving away from something, moving towards something else. So, 8 of Cups. Yeah, this is, I love how you went from, the 9 of Cups here to the 8 of Cups at the bottom. This is leaving behind these beliefs that you've been holding on to, not seeing the bigger picture, not embracing the peace. This is walking away from it towards something better, okay? This was you. This is when you were holding on to your own opinions, to your own beliefs. This is when you were hurting people unnecessary, hurting yourself, making yourself sick for no reason, because you're stressing yourself out. Anxiety, worry, fear, not feeling safe, not feeling like you could trust yourself or trust others. You're tired of that. You are so done feeling like you're not safe, like you can't be healthy, like you can't make good choices, like you can't be in a healthy, stable relationship. You're done with that. You are walking the hell away from that noise. End of it. You are done. 10. You are done. Finished. Finito. Done. Vamonos. Moving on, right? Look here. King of Wands, King of Pentacles. I think they showed up earlier this week also. You are ready to look. This is who he is. The king who looks at the big picture, the King of Wands. You're looking at the bigger picture for your own sake, the sake of everybody involved. You're ready to paint a different story. You're ready to find something. I'm almost positive we pulled both of these cards together earlier this week. The King of Pentacles. You're ready to build a picture that is stable. You're ready to build a life, your own life. A life that is long-lasting, foundational, steady, rich and abundant and prosperous. You are no longer willing to hold yourself back because of fear. You're no longer limiting yourself because you're holding on to just old stories, old habits, old conditions, old wounds that no longer, you don't need to hold on to those stories anymore. It is time to stop being stagnant. It's time to look at the bigger picture, to offer that peace and to heal yourself. And the more you heal yourself and the more you heal the situation that has caused all this, the more that self-mastery is going to get there. And baby, the more you're going to have to raise your glasses and give 3 cheers over, okay? You're done. You're done with this nonsense. You're done with these sleepless nights. You're done with hurting yourself. You're done with people stabbing your back. You're done with stabbing yourself in your own damn back, aren't you? You're ready to walk away from all that noise. You are ready to be that King of Wands. Look at that big picture. You are ready to be the King of Pentacles. Embracing that. He's kind of cool. Even look at the shield here in front of the bow. In front of the arrow. That shield even looks like that pentacle, doesn't it? You're ready to embrace peace. If peace is what you value, then peace is what you will embrace, is what you're being told right now, okay? It is time to forgive. It's time to look at the bigger picture, and it is time to make peace so that you can quite literally, this is all about you, baby. This is about you and your own self-mastery. Get the damn thing. Get the damn thing. Get what you want. Because the more you get what you want, and the more your twin gets what they want, guess what y'all are going to get? You're going to get a life together that fits perfectly. This is still about self-mastery, still about being on that road, but y'all are in union. Whether you're in physical union right now or not, you are in union. It's just that maybe the physical activation hasn't happened yet. Don't worry. Keep doing the work. It's coming. It's coming. All right, Twin Flames, I hope you found this helpful. Woo! I went long today. Sorry about that. I hope y'all have a good weekend, and you will come back and see me on Monday for the great conjunction. Woo! This is the age of Aquarius. Let's do this thing, y'all. And until I see you again, know just how much I love you, and I hope you keep on praying. Bye, twins.